Tough times expose fake friends, and global scale tough times expose hypocrites. Today's hypocrite is Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson says to Netanyahu, give him hell. Give the Palestinians hell. They took their land, they stole, they invaded, they murdered children. And when they fight back with significantly less resources, you tell them to give them hell? Well, guess what? They are used to hell, Mr. Liar. It's like lift a load. They have been lifting loads since they were born. A child in Gaza is more of a man than you will ever be, because he has been handed the load since day one. A load that was forced on him because the world had an agenda, and people who had power wanted more and more power, that they justified murder. But I wouldn't expect you to appreciate patriots because you lied about what you preach, Mr. Peterson. They feed their young honor and bravery ever since they were born. You talk about true masculinity, so tell me how masculine is it to let people take your home because they have guns and not try to take it back? And how masculine is it to not fight the people who made your wife and children homeless and hungry and deprive them of their human rights? No Muslim can ever justify killing civilians or children. But isn't that how the Israelis took the land in the first place? Didn't they commit atrocities in Palestine ever since 48? How do you suggest they fight back? People there have lived in fear every single second of their lives, but they bear their responsibilities like lions, just like you say. And you could have said that this isn't acceptable and state that you're against the killing of any kind of people, Israelis or Palestinians. But no, you chose your words wisely, Mr. Articulate himself. The reason I was extremely mad when I read this tweet is because I actually believe what you preach, and the fact that you are always trying to be honest. Where is this honesty now? You are siding with invaders and murderers, and it is coming to an end, and justice will come. So it's a good thing that hypocrites are exposing themselves now. And the funny thing is that there could be a game there, and what happened might all be a plan so that there would be a valid reason for Israel to take Gaza once and for all, and also have the world applauding them for fighting terrorism, and justify killing Gaza's kids and families, not that they ever needed a reason, or to unite the Israelis on their government again because things were piling up, or both. And if that's the case, then it worked, because you with all your followers said, give him hell. Guess how many people now are gonna say, yeah, they brought it on themselves. Wake up, Mr. Peterson, and know that you're a pawn in somebody else's chess game. And recognize the patterns, because when you side with a murderer, you become an accomplice. And that advice only applies if you're stupid enough that you're being played, and not that you know exactly what you're doing and that you're a complete hypocrite. I don't think that you could actually be stupid enough to believe that people with power and agenda to rule the freaking universe care about their own civilians. And if that was not in fact planned, then they wouldn't just say, great, that last move was definitely in our favor. We do not have to keep saying our hearts break for all civilians when you can actually do your homework and trace back Muslim history. Muslims have never attacked civilians or found pleasure in wars. No, that's all the West's history. And having that said, our hearts do break for all lives lost. People who felt safe and at home and in 1 second they were dead, hurt, or missing, no matter what their nationality is. But we do not justify killing more of the opposing nation, especially if you have already been killing people of that nation for years and years, because you are the ones who started attacking them, took their homes, and lied to the world about obvious truth. Alright, Mr. Honest? And if somebody said to you, see this man? We killed his family and locked him away so you can take his home, and you agreed, that also makes you a murderer, and you deserve to burn in hell for killing innocent people. And then you start living in the house, and then you get married, and then you actually feel safe enough that you have children. If you felt for 1 second that that man would break free and retaliate, you wouldn't have brought children into that house. So this is all about your ego being hurt, that simple, poor, previous owner of the house managed to manufacture a simple weapon and actually had the courage to fight back and actually do some damage. Oh, poor occupiers with military forces being terrorized by the people who they made homeless and ripped out of every opportunity to have a decent life. And for the last time, they are not choosing to fight. They were forced to fight when they're ripped out of their land. And still, we are not fighting Judaism. We are fighting Zionism. We are fighting the ambition to rule the world at the cost of our lives.